Welcome back to Golf Simulator videos. We're back today with the Flightscope Mevo Plus radar-based golf launch monitor. Now, those of you that subscribe to the channel have probably seen that I've covered this unit quite significantly, and there's been a lot of updates along the way. Well, this is a big update. FS Golf, the application designed by Flightscope that works with Flightscope units, including the Flightscope Mevo Plus, actually has a very large graphic engine update that I'm going to show you today, along with some other features I'm going to go over that you may have not seen. I know we have a lot of subscribers and viewers that may not have purchased a unit yet, and I want to make sure I get you all the information that I can so you can be confident with your purchase and understand what you're going to get. Now, on that note, anybody looking to purchase the Flightscope Mevo Plus or any golf simulator hardware or software, always make sure you email me. My email's in the description and comments. I always make sure I connect people for the best price and information, lead time, all those type of things. I want to make sure I take good care of you guys and get you with the right people. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive right into the app so I can show you guys some of these really big updates. Now, I'm using the latest generation iPad Pro, and I'll just talk about that real quick before we dive in. So this is a higher resolution screen than my iPad Air that I previously had, and that makes a big difference because my projector that I'm using, that's a 16 by 10 projector, has a native resolution of 1920 by 1200. What I notice is with the lower resolution iPad, you can't fill up the whole screen without manipulating the picture, okay, because of the resolution. So if you have a higher resolution iPad like this, I'm actually able to make the 4:3 format fill the entire screen in a very crisp picture, not using any digital zooms or anything like that. All right, so something just to understand if you're going to be projecting your iPad or phone. Now, I'm using the USB-C to HDMI dongle to do that, just so you understand. So let's go ahead and dive right in, all right? So first thing first, if we go in the upper right to the connected button, I just always want to point out to people, because this is one of the biggest questions I get all the time, is what's the Wi-Fi password? Well, you're going to find the Mevo Plus in your Wi-Fi, okay? It's going to say that number you're seeing there. The password actually is similar, but it's only the capital M2 dash your numbers. Okay, so capital M2 dash the numbers, that's your Wi-Fi password. Now you'll see I have the unit set up all ready to go. The roll's only -0.3, it's good, and tilt is 17.2. Now that's a range. If you're using simulation software and you're going to be putting and stuff, all right, any type of simulation software, especially for putting, needs to be 12 degrees. All right, so if you're doing E6, the included software, 12 degrees is the proper tilt. All right, now it's a much bigger range for full shot apps like FS Golf. All right, even Awesome Golf, which I've demonstrated. All right, that's a set. I think they recommend 17. All right, so just understand those differences, and that's why it's in the green. So target alignment, it has a built-in camera so you can align to your target. It looks like we're set really well there, so we should be good to go. All right, I'm going to show you another feature about the camera that they have built in. I showed in a previous video, but for those of you that haven't seen it, it's really cool, the swing recording now that it offers. So let's go to the settings really quick in the upper right. This is where you're going to create a Flightscope profile and log in. All right, that's so you can actually send things to the cloud. That's really cool. Radar settings. Now, my unit here, let's just talk about it really quick. The recommended setting in your simulator is actually 8 feet unit to the ball, but they have a setting for 7 feet, and I found that it actually works really well for me, and especially because I'm getting more ball flight due to that. All right, and the reason is 7 feet unit to ball, but I actually have a little over 10 feet ball to screen. Now, its minimum distance is 8 feet ball to screen, but I can tell you right now, I've talked to some users, and especially high ball speed users, the short indoor mode can go all the way up to reading to 12 feet. That 12 feet, I think, based on what people are saying, is really important for a really high ball speed user. All right, so they're just seeing better results with more ball flight, which makes total sense. I mean, it's radar. The more time you give it to read the ball, the more accurate it can be and have time to read. So I'm going to show you the Pro V1 that I'm using with a dot on it. You're always going to want to use a metallic dot, all right, for it reading spin indoor. And then if you're putting in simulation software, have a second ball sitting aside with no dot. All right, I've gone over that a few times. I just always like pointing it out because people say I'm having troubles with putting and I find out they're using the dot. So radar setup, you'll see I have set up 7 feet, okay, and there's a tee surface height. So this actually can be used for full swings, and it seems to be working just fine. But if you're putting, it needs to be a fully level surface. I recommend a fully level surface in any condition if you can. But on the full swings, you can actually have your unit sitting like down on the ground and then an inch or two up on a hitting mat. just not for simulation and putting, okay? So power management, I always leave this off. I use external batteries or leave my unit plugged in so my unit doesn't fall asleep, okay? So you're usually always prompted for firmware updates automatically, but you can check for them here manually. You'll see I'm on the latest AVR version of 0.27 and DSP of 0.12, so we're good to go there. All right. Now you'll add players, equipment, environment is going to be locked because we're using this in an indoor mode. It's not going to be able to pull in local weather. It doesn't want to take anything into effect since you're indoor. All right, so units, all right, you can select. Data blocks, you can select which ones you want to be able to use in video review or on your Apple Watch app that they have, which is pretty amazing. Trajectory displays, all right, you can have those actually go left or right. All right, I like mine left to right. Data margins, that's pretty cool. You can actually set parameters for your data, all right, where if it exceeds or falls below the range that you give it, it will produce a red or green data tile based on the parameters you set. I think that's fantastic. Video recording I talked about, we have that built-in radar camera that we're going to use today. I'll give you a demonstration of a swing, okay? Text-to-speech was a question I had just the other day. Someone said, hey, can you change what it outputs as far as, you know, it says carry. Well, guess what? You can. And a lot of people are now using AirPods from Apple, and that way they're out at the range and not bothering anyone, and you can change it to anything you want. All right, so if you want club path, well actually it's not giving path, that's for, that'd be for an X3 unit, but if you wanted angle of attack, you wanted smash factor, spin, just understand that a few of these data parameters are not being outputted by Mevo Plus, so that's actually a good thing to point out really quick. That'd be for an X3 unit, okay, or another advanced unit that they have that gives that out. Radar alerts, that just tells you ready, things like that, so you can turn that off if you don't want it to say that. And then support's actually a really important one that I wanted to point out. If you can actually send feedback, all right? Now, this is an all brand new app, and if we encounter any errors today, I'm gonna use that support tab and send it to them, and I'll tell you something right now. I had a couple little bugs that I noticed in this app right away, and it's all new basically platform they designed to get all this this new 3D mapping I'm gonna show you, and they were on it. I mean, they had updates sent out a day later, and then a day after that when I found a second one. So just understand that they're really on top of that stuff. So let's go to start new session. It gives you a splash screen. So if you didn't go into settings and you need to change anything, it allows you to do that before you start your session. I think that's cool. Quick little splash screen like that, okay? Now we're gonna do pitching wedge using a Pro V1. I have that all set up for us already. And it defaults to this perspective view. So I'm gonna take a quick shot to show you guys this perspective view. And then, yes, we will get on to the all-new 3D ball flight, all right? So, but let's just go ahead, and it's early morning here in Michigan. I'm just gonna hit a couple pitching wedges. Hopefully they turn out decent. Even if not, it's okay.
Carry is 132.2 yards.
Actually hit that pretty well. Right down the line. That's my good carry, somewhere around 130 or so. So you can see my club speed, ball speed, launch, spin, everything displayed on the bottom. And then you can review that shot in this perspective mode by hitting the play button. And all right, it shows you that in this perspective view. Really cool graphics and everything, but check this out. If you go to the back view, all right, not only can you play the ball trace from the back, which will show really quick, all right, but now they let you select this little ball mode here. Watch when I hit play on this. They now have a 3D ball flight model, all right, which is really cool, all right? And then you can also go to other modes such as the side view, all right? That's that 2D side view, or a top view, all right? But let's go ahead and hit a shot with the 3D ball flight actually selected. And I'm gonna point something else out that you guys might wanna know, but let's just go ahead and hit one fresh so you can see how it flies.
Carry is 131.0 yards.
Getting lucky this morning.
Ready.
All right, so you'll see how it flies right with that. You can see the ball land. It actually bounced back just a little. Now, if you were to hit another one, it's going to take off from the beginning, and this is something that someone requested, and I'm actually gonna put in a second request. So when you're using the 3D ball flight, the ball actually stays where it lands, all right? Someone requested that because they wanted to see, well, how far off of the, target line was it? Or how far did it go? Well, I'm going to request that you can toggle that on and off, because personally, when I take my next shot, I would like to be at the tee. So I think they're going to be able to accomplish that. They're really good at things like that. So if you're wondering why it's kind of stuck here, it's not. That was actually intentional. So let's go ahead and just hit one more ball, and I'll show you how it flies from here.
Carry is 135.9 yards.
I got a little extra distance out of it by pulling it. And then there you go. Left of target, it takes right off. I mean, how cool is that? So now let's dive into some more features. So you can actually go down and you can share this, all right, all your social media, all right, they let you text it off to people. I think that's very, very cool. I want to show you the other perspectives. Now this little button down here in the lower right, that lets you reset your views. It takes you back to the perspective view. Now let's go to the side view really quick, but let's select all shots. All right, check that out. Now it lets you look at all of the shots. Now if you go to top view, there's all the shots. You can actually do groupings, so you can see the dispersion. You could even select all clubs if you wanted to. Now what if I did this? What if I went to the back with all shots selected and hit the play button? You can see them all fly together. Obviously you can't do the ball flight because you wouldn't know which one to fly to. But I could do this on perspective. There's all three of them. I had a friend that coaches, it's actually a Flightscope rep here in Michigan, and he was out at a session and just had hundreds of balls, if not thousands of balls hit that day, and he showed all of them flying at once, and it was so cool. I thought it was awesome. But now let's go up into this upper right where the 4 squares are. This is where you switch between trajectory, or maybe you just want to see a data dashboard when you hit, all right, or a table format of your shots, or video. Check this out. So this is actually the built-in camera on the Flightscope Mevo Plus. Now understand something. They did not design this with some crazy expensive high-speed frame per second, camera. So you're going to get general feedback. But yes, you're going to get some blur and things like that. And it's very close right now. It's only 7 feet. You could have it further back and obviously get a little better view than I have. But I want to show you how useful this can actually be and the tools that they have. So let's go ahead and hit a shot.
Carry is 134.0 yards.
Man, I'm actually hitting the ball well this morning for not being warmed up. Wish I could do this all the time. All right, I received all the shot data.
Ready.
Let's pull that up. Lower left, you'll notice that I can pull my camera up. Now the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move my data tiles over here. Okay, out of the way, just click and drag those. That was a little bit of a draw. I pulled it again, but that's okay. These aren't bad shots for me, honestly. But I want to show you how you can click and drag this, all right? And let's say you were working at like the top of the swing, all right? You wanted to just look at some angles. We'll go to draw. Let's say I wanted to draw a line on my arm, and from here and maybe here, you could do that. Let's say you wanted to find out an angle somewhere. You could do that, just like this. Of course, I'm pretty poor at drawing, but that's all right. Those of you that are good, you'll be good to go. Now, you can actually save that, all right, on the video. All right, you could share this now to all the different platforms, including your Flightscope Cloud account, but Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all right? And then there's also a few other options, like if you wanted to text it off and things like that, or just save the video. All right, so you can do all of that, which I think is just fantastic. Now let's go ahead and go back. All right, let's go back to our trajectory mode. And let's just go back to, let's keep it on perspective. That's fine, let it load. And now I want to watch all 4 shots take off. How cool is that? And then if you wanted to just go to a single shot, just so you know, you can just select it. Let's say we wanted to go to shot 1. And let's say we wanted to review it from behind. There it is. All right. And then let's say we wanted to review all of the shots from behind. I'm going to click the all shot button, and then there they all are. So I hope this has been a really good overview of the Flightscope Mevo Plus connected to FS Golf. All right, obviously a huge update. I really want to know what you guys think. All right, comment below and let me know what you think. Let me know if you'd like to see anything. I'll try to demonstrate it for you. And like I said, if you're watching the channel and you're looking at purchasing a Flightscope Mevo Plus or any golf simulator hardware or software, make sure you email me. I have some amazing contacts, okay? Want to make sure you're getting the best price, best information, like I said, best delivery times, everything like that. Reach out to me. I'll pin my email down in the comments and in the description. And as always, I appreciate you guys watching. The channel is growing exponentially. I think we're at like 40 subscribers a day on average. And so I just really appreciate it. I think we're going to break like 10,000 here in the next couple months. It's exciting. And it's, you know, I appreciate all of you guys supporting the channel. It's been a lot of fun. This is just a hobby for me, you know, so, you know, it's been a great journey over this past year, and I'm going to keep bringing you guys all the content that I can. But like I said, I really just appreciate you guys watching and engaging and commenting below. You know, I'll make sure I bring as much as I can, as fast as I can, all right, and as in-depth as I can as well. So as always, I appreciate you watching. We'll talk to you soon.